If the NBA completely restarted, who would be the first 10 picks in an NBA redraft? Well, today on episode 5 of Let's Talk Ball, me and Justin are going to be drafting the first 10 picks in the NBA redraft. Criteria for this draft: obviously, talent and skill. A huge factor is the age part, right? We're not drafting LeBron James with the first 5 to 10 picks, or Kevin Durant, or Steph Curry, etc. Maybe. I don't know if Justin... I don't know his criteria. I know mine. Okay? I'm going to have all the odd numbers, and he's going to have all the even numbers. Let's get started. Actually, before we get started, is your criteria like on kind of the same page? Like, did you factor age and skill and accolades and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I'm going for younger guys that have longevity right now.
Right. I'm thinking, like, who would you start with your franchise with? So, like, these top 10 players should be the guys who you will start your franchise with.
Right now, yeah.
Right now. Okay. My number 1 overall pick, now you can disagree or not, right? This is our list. My number 1 overall pick if the NBA restarted would be Victor Wembanyama. 21 years old, standing at 7'4", 8-foot wingspan. Dude's a generational talent, can shoot the ball from 3, can, obviously, in my opinion, the best defender in the NBA today. Your thoughts?
Well, I wouldn't say he's the best defender because I think it's going to Draymond.
Of course, here we go.
I'm gonna lock it in here. But I mean, I do agree, like, he is a very good talent. I mean, it shows you how the game is changing. The fact that there's a 7'4" ball handler that can shoot. God. So I think it just shows you how far the game has come. But I think, right now, like... You
think he's the number 1 pick if you're restarting a franchise?
Yeah, if I were to restart Golden State, he's coming.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Also, Golden State fan, Celtics fan. And let me know down below your top 10. I'm replying to every single comment. Subscribe if you're new. Justin, who's your number 2 overall pick?
Number 2 has to be Luka Magic.
You're telling me you wouldn't trade him for like an aging star that kind of gets hurt every now and then?
I think Nico Harrison must have been smoking something down in Texas, but I mean he's 26. He's a 3-time All-NBA player. He averages 27 points per game.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much a triple-double he's averaging, and I think he's going to make the Lakers NBA championship contender this season. Like, I think the Lakers were always flirting with that bubble, but now with LeBron and Luka, I genuinely think they could make a push in the Western Conference, especially if the Thunder start to take some heat in the playoffs. But yeah, I think when we came up with the idea and we were kind of texting each other like what we wanted to do for this draft and our criteria, I think Victor Wembanyama, Luka Doncic were pretty much my 1-2. Obviously, there's some young guys in there that I know you text me, are we only going NBA guys? Because I'm thinking, maybe you want to put Cooper Flag in this conversation, but we're going to stick with the NBA. I think Victor Wembanyama and Luka Doncic is the clear-cut number 1 and number 2. But my number 3, we've picked a guy who's 21. We picked a guy who's 26. Now, if you see us looking down, by the way, it's because, we took advantage. We wrote some notes down. We actually, went into detail about this draft. I'm taking a 30-year-old at number 3. Now, what 30-year-old is worth the 3rd overall pick in an NBA redraft? I'll tell you what. It's Nikola Jokic. I mean, how can you not draft 2021, 2022, 2024 NBA MVP? Probably the most skilled big man in NBA history. You got guys like Shaq who are the most dominant. You got guys like Wilt who are just absolutely insane at their time. Granted, he might have been playing with plumbers. And then you have guys like Nikola Jokic who pretty much can do it all. Stretches the floor, best passer as a center of all time, 13 rebounds per game, averages 30 points per game. Like, what team would not want Nikola Jokic? So do you agree that, like, a 30-year-old is worth this pick, but that 30-year-old would be Nikola Jokic?
100%. I mean, he's not just a 30-year-old.
Right.
Like you said, he has that resume. He has the awards. He averages all the points.
Right.
He can do everything. I mean, he can pass. He can sling the rock.
Right. Do you think... Go ahead.
He can even bank in a 3.
That dude shoots it from over his head. But, like, do you think... The way Nikola Jokic plays, like, how old do you think he could be playing? Like, LeBron's, 40, 41? Like, you don't think it would translate?
Not till 40.
No.
I just think with, like, big men, I don't think their longevity will go. And that's actually, just to brush over Wembanyama, that's one thing that scares me about him is his height.
Yeah, his injury problems and stuff like that.
He might be injury prone, but who knows?
Yeah.
I'd still take the chance.
I think Jokic might hang it up early to go with his horses too.
No,
you never know with Jokic.
He'll go off into the sunset.
All right, I think from here on out, it's kind of up in the air, so I'm excited to see who you have at number 4. Before we make our next selection, shout out Dabble Fantasy for sponsoring this podcast. If you guys don't know about Dabble Fantasy, they're the best DFS app on the market today. Not only do they have the option to 3x all the way up to 1,000x your cash, you'll be able to see my entries, your friends' entries, and everybody's entries on this app. And when you use my code ALLTALKSPORTS, you get a free $25 when you sign up with no deposit necessary. Check them out today with a link in the description.
Another 30-year-old.
Really?
Giannis. He's a 2-time MVP.
Yep.
He's won the finals. He's a champ.
Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, he's got it all.
He's 6'11". He's a run and dunk kind of guy. Yeah. He's still working on that 3. Maybe he's getting a little better, but he averages 29 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. He's also 2-time NBA Player of the Defensive Player of the Year finalist. So. What can't he do besides maybe shoot?
Yeah, I think Giannis would be a great add to any franchise, especially if you're starting a franchise. And he's such a likable guy. Like, I think he'd sell a lot of jerseys. He'd sell a lot of tickets. Some pretty much breaking news on Giannis was last night, Damian Lillard got ruled out indefinitely. Now, we don't know if that's the whole rest of the season because of blood clots in his right calf. Giannis is going to have to step up and probably average 35 to 40 points per game if they want a chance in the Eastern Conference. I'm kind of writing off the Bucks if Dame doesn't play because I just can't even imagine a playoff series where Kyle Kuzma and Giannis Antetokounmpo need to stretch the floor. Like, can you even imagine?
Saying that?
Yeah, the brick houses they're building. And another thing about Giannis is LeBron is going on the Pat McAfee show today. And did you see that?
I think I saw a clip of it.
Yeah, so I think they recorded it yesterday. It's going live today. And he said that if Giannis played in the 70s,
he'd average 250 points.
He'd put up 250 points per game. No, I think that's a little far stretched. I think Giannis is a good pick at number 4 now. Number 5. You ready for it? You see this guy right here?
I see this.
You see NBA Eastern All-Star jersey I got on? Jayson Tatum, now 27 years old. What can't Jayson Tatum do? Really? What can't he do? Okay.
There is one thing. What? In 2022, he can't beat Steph Curry in the finals.
That's true. I don't think. I don't know if he'll ever be able to beat Steph.
So that's one thing.
That's valid. But yeah. I mean, he averages. He's a 6-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA selection, and established himself as one of the top forwards in the league. He's just 27 years old. He's averaging, pretty much 27, 8, and 5 on. I'll give it to the Cavs, the second best team in the Eastern Conference. Whatever. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to say that. But what Jayson Tatum's been able to do with the criticism he gets, I don't think it's fair. I think it's the point where he just doesn't care anymore. Like, I don't think people, if you really know ball, you know what Jayson Tatum's about. Like, this year has been his best year as a playmaker. It's been his best year as a rebounder. It's been his best year as a proficient scorer. And I think that's going to translate in the NBA playoffs. And if I have a franchise, I want a 27-year-old that can do it all, see it all, has been to the NBA Finals, has won an NBA Finals, Olympic gold medal. Maybe he sat the bench the whole time, whatever. But he has this experience at 27 years old, and there's not a lot of players that can say that, especially as a GM and you're looking to select Jayson Tatum. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I like Jayson Tatum a lot. I think he does I've said it a couple times, he gets the shit end of the stick from the media, but he's a great player, and what he's done at 27 is really good.
So if you're sitting there as a GM spot, and you have the 5th overall pick, and you got guys like, I'm sure, I don't know your order, but you got guys like Tatum, Shai, Brunson, Edwards on the clock. Is like Tatum your selection?
Yeah, just because that he's already been to 2 finals.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the finals appearances go a long way compared to a guy like SGA. I mean, he's still waiting to get there and make a deep playoff run.
Right.
But
you can see it this season. So with your 6th overall pick, who do you got?
SGA.
Yeah, I think I was really between him and Tatum, but I think the experience, like SGA's got what? He's 25.
He's 26.
He's 26.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the experience that Tatum does. But God, you can give me your rundown on why the number 6 spot should be SGA.
I mean, he averages 31 points a game, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. He can really score the ball any way he wants.
Especially at the free throw line.
Free throw line, yeah. I saw a stat the other day. He's crazy up top.
I saw that stat.
But I mean, he's an all-star. He's on a great team in the West that have a bunch of pieces. But the problem with that team, though, is they need to win now.
Right.
And I think they do have a chance to.
Absolutely. I mean, I think SGA is the front runner right now for MVP. Now, whether you agree with that or not, I don't know if I do. I'm still kind of torn, whatever, SGA, Jokic, etc. But I don't think you can go wrong with either pick. But he's kind of proven himself as the top scorer in this league. And I think that kind of separates him from the rest of the pack, or you're thinking about Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, SGA. And what SGA has, and you've said it before in previous episodes, is he's a two-way player. He plays very good defensively, and I think that's what separates him as well. And if he can make a deep playoff run, even if he can get to the finals, just that finals experience, I think, is valued so much in this NBA. Now, one of the players we've been flirting with, number 7 overall pick, I'm going to select is Anthony Edwards. Again, 23 years old, probably the most exciting player in the whole NBA, in my opinion. Last year, broke out in the NBA playoffs, 7th overall pick, 23 years old, can carry a franchise by himself, doesn't have the experience, obviously, doesn't really have it all now, but give him 3 years, I think he'll be at the level as a top 3 player in the NBA. I think, he's been way better as a three-point shooter this season. Obviously, his explosiveness to the rim is unmatched. And I think he'll only be better as a defender. You surround him with playmakers not named Rudy Gobert. I don't know why they traded Karl Anthony Towns. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm going to select Anthony Edwards with 7th overall pick. Thoughts?
I like this one a lot. And yeah, like you said, I think his ceiling's so high. He's not even, I wouldn't even say he's halfway there.
Yeah, I agree. I think
he's going to get better.
Yeah, and I think, how do you not surround, for example, Damian Lillard in Portland, right? Didn't really have a lot of talent outside of CJ McCollum. I mean, they had LaMarcus Aldridge when he was really old.
Yeah.
But I hope that's not the same circumstance for Anthony Edwards, because that kid I could see being the number 1 on a championship team easily. So you got to surround him with talent. And they had it. They had the talent around him, and they said, give me Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. I don't understand it. Give me your 8th overall pick. I don't know about you, but your list, I think 1 through 7 was significantly better than 8 through 10. I think 1 through 7 you really couldn't miss. 8 through 10 is kind of up in the air. But I'm excited to see what you have at number 8.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this is not an air ball, but I got Cade Cunningham. I mean, top Detroit team.
Dude, that team is what he's done compared to last season to this season. I mean, he's gonna win Most Improved Player of the Year. I don't mean to cut you off, but he's gonna win Most Improved Player of the Year. Detroit's gonna make a playoff run when last season and the season before that they want to, probably combine 50 games. They could win 40 to 50 games this season. I think Cade Cunningham at 23 years old.
He's 23, yeah.
Dude, the ceiling is unmatched for Cade, just as much as Anthony Edwards. And he's a playmaking 6'7", 6'8" point guard. Go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, he averages 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And it's the same thing with Anthony Edwards. I mean, he's on such a young team, and he's the same age as Ant. Right. So it's just only going to go up. Yeah. And if they get more pieces, just like Minnesota.
Absolutely, yeah. And I know we're talking about a redraft situation, but what Detroit has, I think, is the camaraderie, and they're all young. Besides, Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley, those veterans, but I think those veterans are needed on a team like that. They could, if they continue to grow together, you've seen what Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum have done in the last 5 to 10 years. Mm-hmm. I think I could see, Ivy and Cunningham and Duren and Stewart and, even Ron Holland, who was the 5th overall pick this year, continue to grow as a team. And a team that I think is going to continue to grow is who I have at number 9 is Jalen Brunson. Now, only thing I don't like about Jalen Brunson is he is a defensive liability. People don't understand that. But when you get in playoff situations, good playoff teams, good playoff coaches are going to hunt you in the pick and roll or in the switch. You see it with Steph Curry every single playoff run. Last year was with Peyton Pritchard. I couldn't stand Peyton Pritchard being on the court last season. Now, he was a little bit better defensively. But when he's on the court, I know, last year in the finals, right? Derek Lively would come up, screen. At that time it was Horford because Porzingis was hurt. Luka would be on Pritchard. That's just a bucket every single time. But Jalen Brunson obviously can score the ball at will. He's averaging 27 points per game. The New York Knicks are the 3 or 4 seed right now in the Eastern Conference. Obviously, he's got a great squad surrounding him. But if I'm a GM and number 9 overall pick, I'll take this chance on 28-year-old Jalen Brunson. Now, your final pick, number 10. I know it's going to be controversial that we leave off a lot of different players. So, anybody we left off and you want us to include maybe we do an episode 2 or part 2 where we do 11 through 20. Comment down below who we missed. Give me number 10. Sell me number 10.
D-Book. I mean, he's one of the best on the Suns.
Yeah.
With KD. He averages 26, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. He knows how to score the ball. He's a smooth scorer. I just think he's a very good player.
Yep. Also has the finals experience, lost, but has that finals experience. I think he could definitely be a great fit compared to anybody. I think he's the type of player, especially at the 2 guard. Not a lot of great 2 guards. You obviously have Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell. Besides that, kind of a fall off. But, yeah, no, I agree. I think Devin Booker at what? He's 28 years old? 28. Definitely going to be a key franchise player for any franchise. So if I'm sitting at the 10th spot, and you have some younger guys available, maybe like the Paolo Bancheros, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, those kind of guys, I think I would lean towards Devin Booker just because of that experience. In 5 years, I mean, obviously it's going to make a difference between, 32 and 37. But if you're trying to win right now in a franchise, I think Devin Booker might be the play. Justin, you know what time it is?
It's Daily Dabble.
It's Daily Dabble time. Last week, we didn't cash. But there's always a new opportunity, especially on Dabble Fantasy. We're back. What's your play of the day? We're going to try to stick to players who are in this draft.
All right. I'm taking the number 2 person on our draft, Luka Doncic. They got him at 29.5.
Taking more?
I'm taking them all.
Okay, I like
it. Slamming them all.
Okay, I like it. I'm going to go with a guy who was the 4th overall pick in our draft. I'm going Giannis Antetokounmpo. No Damian Lillard. More than 31.5. It's a lot of points, but Giannis is going to be shooting the rock, right? I hope it's not Kyle Kuzma.
He's going to be slamming some threes.
So,
and dunks.
If you want to copy this entry, you can literally download Dabble Fantasy, sign up, use code AllTalkSports. You get a free $25, and all you have to do to copy this entry, you don't got to look for the players. You got to look for the teams. You hit copy. That's all you got to do because you're already be following me when you sign up with my code. You can literally follow me, follow Justin, follow anybody who you want, your friends, your grandma, your mom, your sister, anybody you want. And when you sign up with code AllTalkSports, like I've been saying, you get a free $25 with no deposit necessary. Is there anything better than Dabble Fantasy?
Nothing.
I'm telling you, there's nothing better. So check it out today with the link in the description. That's it for today's video. I'll catch y'all Saturday-ish, I think. All right. I'll catch y'all. Peace.